Hi, Bill from Phoenix Golf here, and today we're going to talk about topping the golf ball, why you may be topping the golf ball, and some quick drills that you can do to help you get better solid strikes. Let's get to it. So, like I said, I'm Bill from Phoenix Golf, and if you like these tips and videos, I ask you to please like and subscribe to help me grow the channel so I can continue doing that. So, I'd appreciate that. So, let's get into why you may be topping the golf ball. I don't think I need to go into what a top golf ball is. It's basically you're catching the top half of the golf ball with your club, and you're not hitting it solid, and it's just driving it into the ground. But I will say the first thing we got to kind of remember is your golf swing works on an arc. So as you go back, it's like this nice big circular arc. Easy for you to say. And so basically, you want that point of the arc, at the very top of the arc, to hit the golf ball. If it's hitting behind or in the front, too far front of the golf ball, you're going to top it. So when I have people ask me, why do you think I'm topping the golf ball, or even experience it myself, the first thing I always do is check my ball position, because if the ball is too far forward, you can top it. And even if it's too far backwards, you can top it. So I always try to put my feet together to start and put the ball like right in between my feet. And I take one step to the left and one step to the right. So I know that the ball is pretty much centered. So like I have a 9-iron in my hand right here. So what you want to do is, obviously the longer the club, you want the ball slightly forward. But really, you'd never really want it past, like if there was a logo on your shirt here, you never want it really past that, except for the driver. Maybe a 3-wood, but 3-woods I even tend to top if I start moving them too far forward. So to get the ball position back to where I want, ball in the middle, shoulder steps, and you can see right here my shoulders and feet are aligned. I don't have a really wide stance here. It's pretty much straight down, balls in the middle. And what I'll do, I'll even just take one-handed with my lead hand, go back, and slowly go down and see where the club and the ball would meet. If the ball was too far in back of my position and I go down, I can see I'm going to go right over the top of the ball. And if it's too far forward, I'm going to start coming up well before I get to the ball. So if you're topping the golf ball, the first thing I would do is check your ball position. Again, put the ball down, put it in between your feet, small step left and right, put the club down. Should be somewhat near your sternum in the middle. And again, most of your irons are going to be somewhere in that area. So that's the first thing I would check. The second thing I would check is shifting your head off of the golf ball. So as you go back, your head, it's going to move a little bit. But if you feel like your head is going off this far, or even, it has to be returned, the club has to return to the ball where it started. And if you find that you're shifting your head off, that could be a big problem, because you can't return the club back. Because as you can see, if I pull my head off the golf ball, there's no way I can make solid contact. So there's a lot of different drills you can do to kind of keep that in mind. One I like to do is to grab, if you have a putting mirror, put a putting mirror down like right here, line your eyes up with the putting mirror, put the ball down, and take some slow backswings, keeping your head so you can see. It can be a regular mirror too, but putting mirrors are great. Keeping your eye on the mirror so you can see yourself. You'll be able to easily see if you're shifting off. That's a great drill. Put a mirror down. Another thing you can do is take an alignment rod, stick it in the ground so it's above the golf ball like this. So that way when you look down, the alignment rod is over your eyes, and you'll be able to easily tell if you're shifting. So those are, check your ball position, then make sure you're not shifting. The third thing is we want to make sure that we're not getting too much weight on our heels or towards our trail side. We want to make sure that our weight is moving towards the target as we start our downswing. So a couple little tricks I do when I'm struggling with topping the golf ball. So like I have a 9-iron in my hand. My general rule of thumb that I'll put into place if I'm struggling is I will start out 50%, and then I'll put maybe like 65, 70% of my weight on this lead leg. So I am already putting myself in a good position to strike down on the ground and down on the golf ball, versus getting my weight too far back and now I'm going to be scooping. So just as a general rule, make sure that your weight is going forward. So you can do kind of preset some of your weight forward. That'll help make a solid strike. And I tend to look at the front of the golf ball. I never look at the back of the golf ball, because I want to kind of pinch that area in front of the golf ball for a solid strike. So that's a good thing. The other great drill that I love, you'll see Clay Ballard. He's a huge proponent of this. I've seen it before. Before you even start your round, put the club across your chest, start with a stance, take your back turn, bring this leg over, step forward, and practice turning through. That'll help you get the feel of a proper weight transfer in your swing. So again, ball position, shifting head off the target, and your weight during the golf swing. You don't want too much weight hanging back. Another great drill is the flamingo drill, to check your weight being back. Again, I have a video on this. I'll link in the description, but put your right leg back like this. Practice hitting slow shots. If your weight is falling back like this, you won't be able to make solid contact. So that's another great drill. The other thing you got to remember when you're chopping the golf ball is as you get to impact, your arms are working down that arc. But if you start to pull your arms back and they don't straight, you can see how much of a difference. Me at the ball, arms up. That's a huge difference. So all it takes is like this much and you're already going to be topping the ball. So a drill I like to focus on is do half swings with the feeling of somebody is over here and you're wanting to stretch out the golf club to them as far so they can grab the end of your golf club. So do short, they call it like a 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, and then really feel like you're stretching those arms out after your swing. Again, that's a feel. You see players like Tommy Fleetwood, stuff like that. They kind of have the arms stretched out the whole time because they're extremely athletic. But if you feel like you're topping the golf ball, that's an excellent way. 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, arms very straight and extended. That'll help because you're working on that arc. And if you pull your arms back, again, video will help you if you're doing this, but that'll help alleviate a lot, and it'll help you if you're topping the golf ball. The last thing is kind of thought. Like, what can you take to the course mentally to help you if you're topping the golf ball? I know when I have done it, you get over the ball, your first thought isn't the target or what you're supposed to be doing. It's, God, I hope I don't top the golf ball and ruin my score, ruin this hole. So again, what I try to do is get over the ball, make sure it's centered, shift a little bit of my weight forward, so it's like 70%, and then I try to, Martin Hall calls it pinch the inch, hit that inch in front of the golf ball. So that way, mentally, hey, my weight shifted forward. I don't need to do anything else. I'm going to make solid contact. You may top it if you're falling back, but again, you need positive thoughts on the golf course. The golf course is not the place to be second guessing yourself. So find something that works. That works for me, but I highly recommend trying it. So again, to review, you really want to make sure the ball is positioned. You really want to make sure your head stays somewhat centered over the target. If it's shifting off, it could be a huge problem. It's going to be really difficult to return the club back to the golf ball. The other thing is shifting your weight. So during the downswing, you want to make sure that your weight is getting to this lead side. Another quick drill I've seen a lot of people do, get to the top, lift your left foot up, stomp it down, and then shift into the weight. It's kind of like up, stomp, and that'll help you kind of start feeling that weight. Again, keeping your arms extended through the golf swing like this. Do some 9 to 3 swings. That'll really, really help. And then having a positive thought process. So again, hopefully these tips and videos, these tips and thought processes that I've given you will help you stop topping the golf ball and will help you improve your scores. Again, I ask you, if you like these videos, if you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe. It will help me grow the channel. It will help me continue to do these videos. Thank you and happy golfing.